I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council to order for October 6, 2016 at 8:03 p.m. On roll call, council members Coletti. Here. Churdo. Here. Dombrowski. Here. Giandomenico.
Here.
Caramagna. Here. Bonsino.
Here.
Mayor Mola.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone rise for our prayer and flag salute? O God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting which you trust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and plant therein the keen sense of justice and the greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so that our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Keith, just hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may, will you please bow your heads for a moment of silence? We recently had one of our council people, Councilwoman Kay Polzone, pass away. Kay was a councilman in the 1980s. She was here for 2 years. She was a member of our Recreation Committee. She was a member of the Planning Board, a member of the Board of Health, and she was here for 6 years. She was the third female ever on the council, and we've had only 5 females on the council. The first 2 were in 1926, and no one was elected from there until 1985. And now we have Maggie's here, and we had Pellegrin here. So it's very few females have run for office here. If we can just bow our heads for a minute. Thank you.
Mayor, at this time, if you could read the statement of compliance into the record.
I'm sorry?
The statement of compliance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that already? Okay. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey requires the commencement of each meeting a statement by the presiding officer, now therefore be advised the meeting requirements of this meeting have been met by publishing an annual notice in the Record and the Herald News of Woodland Park and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in the public place within the municipal building and by notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted on January 1, 2016.
Mayor, at this time, we'll move on to the approval of minutes, September 8th, 2016 work session, the September 15th, 2016 regular meeting, and the September 22nd, 2016 executive session.
May I have a motion, please? So moved. Moved by Mr. Dombrowski, second.
Second.
Mr. Giandomenico, any discussion? All in favor? I'll call the roll.
On roll call, council members Coletti.
Yes.
Churdo.
Yes.
Dombrowski.
Yes.
Giandomenico.
Yes.
Caramagna.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening we have 4 police department promotions and appointments. Before I read the first resolution into the record, I'd ask everyone to please rise as the honor guard will escort our new police officers into the chambers. Everyone can be seated. Mayor, will begin the appointment resolutions with Resolution 333-16, promote to Police Lieutenant Joseph Barone. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following name be and is hereby appointed as Police Lieutenant in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park effective October 6, 2016, as follows: Joseph Barone of Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. Be it further resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations, and be it further resolved that the above named is entitled to the salary compliant with the current PBA collective bargaining agreement as per the agreement between officials of the Borough of Elmwood Park and PBA Local 185 as approved by R 311-14. Mayor will need a motion.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Vancino and Mr. Coletti. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Giandomenico?
Yes.
Catamania?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, I'd ask Chief Foligno to come forward along with Lieutenant Barone and the Barone family for the installation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 promotions and 1 new appointment. I have to read the information allowing them to get those positions. At the end of the 3rd one, I'm going to ask all of you to join in with me. You'll be tired of hearing me say that. Pay attention. There you go. I repeat your name.
I, Lieutenant Barone,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
that I will support the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
and the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the United States,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the government established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
And I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
the office of Police Lieutenant
the office of Police Lieutenant
in the Borough of Elmwood Park.
in the Borough of Elmwood Park.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
San Giuseppe or San Giuseppe?
Mayor, our second resolution appointment tonight will be Resolution 334-16, promotion to Sergeant Nicholas Petranzi. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following names be and is hereby appointed as a police sergeant in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park effective October 6, 2016, as follows: Nicholas Petranzi of Wayne, New Jersey. Be it further resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations, and be it further resolved that the salary increase from police patrolman to police sergeant shall be deferred until October 6, 2017, as per the agreement between officials of the Elmwood Park PBA Local 185 and the Borough of Elmwood Park as approved by Resolution 311-14.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Vecino, Catamania, any discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Giandomenico?
Yes.
Catamania?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. I'd ask Sergeant Petranzi and his family to come forward for the installation.
after me. I, repeat your name,
I, Nicholas Petrosky,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
And I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
justly perform
justly perform
all the duties of police sergeant
all the duties of police
in the
sergeant
Borough of Elmwood Park
in the Borough of Elmwood Park
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Mayor, we'll move on to Resolution R 335-16, promotion to Sergeant Michael Kemp. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that the following name be and is hereby appointed as Police Sergeant in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park effective October 6, 2016 as follows. Michael Kemp of Lake Hopatcong, New Jersey. Be it further resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the New Jersey Civil Service Commission rules and regulations, and be it further resolved that the salary increase from police patrolman to police sergeant shall be deferred until October 6, 2017, as per the agreement between officials of the Elmwood Park PBA Local 185 and the Borough of Elmwood Park, as approved by Resolution 311-14.
Motion, please.
So moved.
So moved. Mr. Boncino, Mr. Caramagna, any discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmembers Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo? Yes. Dombrowski?
Yes.
And Domenico?
Yes.
Caravagna?
Yes.
Monsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. I'd ask the Sergeant Kemp and his family to come forward for the installation.
Nope. There's a big-
Those kids came up to me and hugged me before. They don't even.
Just saying.
If anybody has a step stool for the police, even myself, well, we train the challenge. I, repeat your name,
I, Michael Kemp,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the State of New Jersey
that I will support the Constitution of the State of New
and the
Jersey
Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the United
and I will
States,
bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of police sergeant
all the duties of police sergeant
in the Borough of Elmwood Park
in the Borough of Elmwood Park
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Don't you love being able to do that?
There's still another one. I know. It's exactly the same thing I was. frankly,
Mayor, at this time, I'd like to call up Chief Michael Foligno to make an acknowledgement of one of our new detectives.
Thank you. I would like to recognize and welcome the newest member of our Detective Bureau, Detective Mike Golden. This is an appointment made by the chief, consult with my command staff. We check into the officers to see their productivity, their self-motivation, their initiative, and Mike was head and shoulders above in all those categories. Seniority is also a factor. A lot of other good candidates, but seniority, Mike edged everybody out because of that. Hopefully the other guys will keep doing the great job they're doing, and when their turn comes, they'll get it. But we want to recognize Mike for his outstanding work ethic, and he's the newest member of our Detective Bureau. So we'll go to
Mayor, our final police appointment tonight, Resolution R 336-16, appoint Police Officer Christopher Miranda. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, the following names, being is hereby appointed as a police officer in the Police Department of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Christopher Miranda of Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Be it further resolved that said appointment is in accordance with the intergovernmental transfer process as promulgated by the New Jersey Civil Service Commission, and be it further resolved that remuneration is set forth at a rate of $44,345 effective October 6, 2016.
May I have a motion, please? So moved. Mr. Vancino, second by Mr. Trino. Any discussion?
Second.
Call the roll.
Roll call, Councilmembers Coletti?
Yes.
Curto?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Domenico?
Yes.
Catamania?
Yes.
Vancino?
Yes.
I'd ask the Miranda family to please come forward for the installation.
I repeat your name.
I, Christopher Miranda,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of police officer
all the duties of police
in the
officer
Borough of Elmwood Park
in the Borough of Elmwood Park
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Stay safe. Sign right here. Thank you, sir.
So to me, you're going to dismiss it? May I congratulate all the promotions and the new installation of a new police officer. Police Chief Foligno, do you have any comments?
Thank you to the mayor and council for your continued support. Thanks to my officers for their appearance here tonight. I'd like to recognize and thank retired Chief Don Grossolino, retired Chief Tom Johnson, retired Deputy Chief John Palmieri, and I saw retired Captain Dick here. Thanks for your attendance and support, guys, also.
And thank you all of you. Any comments from the council?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes.
Again, I just wanted to publicly congratulate Lieutenant Barone, Sergeant Petronzi, Sergeant Kemp, our new officer Miranda, and Detective Golden tonight. I wish them continued success in their careers and in service to Elmwood Park, and nothing but a bright and safe future. Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Coletti?
I'd like to congratulate, the promotions this evening, and just say, kind of makes me feel a little old, because there's some of them up here that I watched play Little League Baseball, and now they got stripes and bars on their shoulders. It warms my heart to see that. And also, we've been blessed in this town with good chiefs, the previous chiefs and the existing chief. And we've been blessed with good patrolmen. I think when it comes to, on a national scale, there's some controversy over the police department. I think it's very important that we realize that this is our first line of defense. Without our police department, there would be chaos in the street, and the police department should not be handcuffed. So I feel very safe in this town, and once again, congratulations.
Mayor, yes, I'd like to congratulate our officers on their promotions, and ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to also welcome Officer Miranda to the Elmwood Park Police Department. It's one of the finest in the county, and we look forward to having you with us. But I'd like to just give a quick shout out to Brandon, who's sitting there. To see his dad get promoted today was something really special, and congratulations to you, Brandon, and I know that you love your dad very much. And Officer Petronzi, thank you very much for everything.
To our new lieutenant, sergeants, and detective, thank you for your years of dedications and the service you have provided to our residents and keeping our streets and children safe. And to our newest officer, welcome to Elmwood Park, and may you stay safe as you patrol our streets.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yes, well, congratulations, definitely well-deserved, and thank you for everything you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you. We dismiss the color guard?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know this is Councilman Knopf. Chief, I have a question for you. Tonight, who's watching the show? Who's watching Elmwood Park? I'm a little bit nervous, Everybody's here. God, I hope nothing happens. Anyhow, first I want to congratulate Lieutenant Joseph Barone. Oh, Barone, I tell you, I'm so proud of you. I know you since you were a little kid in the Santa Croce Club running around. This fresh little boy like to smack him. Look at him now. Congratulations, you grew up to be a really not only a family man, but a great police officer. Congratulations also to Sergeant Nick Petronzi and also Sergeant Mike Kemp. Kemp, we just hired you not too long ago. All of a sudden you are very good. Congratulations. And also, I'd like to congratulate the new appointment, Officer Christopher Miranda. Good luck to you guys, and be safe. May God bless all of you, and keep Elmwood Park a safe place, right? Thank you very much for your work. Thank you, Chief.
Mayor, at this time, I'd ask everyone to please stand to dismiss the color guard.
I can't break when you stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short recess so that you can join, I think it's downstairs, Chief? Some repast that you're having downstairs.
Mayor, at this time, we have two resolutions, ordinances on second reading. First is Resolution R 337-16, to introduce ordinance 16-.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may, if you're staying for the meeting, that's fine. If not, we'd like to continue with our meeting, so please sit down or leave the council chamber.
Good night, everybody. We'll move on to Resolution R 337-16, introduce ordinance 16-19 on second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled a bond ordinance to authorize the acquisition of a self-contained breathing apparatus system for the use of the fire department in, by, and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and to appropriate the sum of $375,498 to pay the cost thereof and to make a down payment, to appropriate the federal grant and to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such an appropriation and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. And whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, September 15th, 2016, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. Now, whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning same, now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled a bond ordinance to authorize the acquisition of a self-contained breathing apparatus system for the use of the Elmwood Park Fire Department in, by, and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $375,498 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to appropriate a federal grant, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such an appropriation, to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, pass on final reading. Mayor will need a motion to open to the public.
Motion? Second. Mr. Coletti and Mr. Cherdo, anyone in the audience who wishes to speak on this ordinance? If not, I'll close the public portion. May I have a motion on the agenda, on the ordinance? Please?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Coletti and Mrs. G. Domenico. Any comments?
May I?
Sure.
Regarding the grant of $345,000 that will offset these purchases, it was the culmination of a joint effort by our administration and elected officials, starting with our Fire Chief Ken Pressler and Fire Department, who impeccably approached the application process and made it happen, and then the influence of our Administrator Keith Kasmark pushing it along, Mayor Mola applying his hand, adding the council and the help of Congressman Bill Pascrell's office. All that total effort culminated in Elmwood Park receiving one of the highest federal grants paid out in New Jersey this year. Keep in mind, by law, we were mandated to replace these breathing apparatus due to the shelf life expiration. Without the grant, the cost of $375,000 would have been put on the backs of the taxpayers. So we can all see how important this is. Mayor?
Thank you. Anyone else? Call a roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti?
Yes.
Cherdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Domenico?
Yes.
Catamania?
On first reading, I abstained because I just got to the table. Am I allowed to vote on this?
Yes, you can, and if I were you, I would vote yes.
Yes. Oh. Of course I vote yes.
Bonsino?
With pleasure.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, we have a second ordinance on second reading tonight, Resolution 338-16, introduce ordinance 16-20 on second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to ban smoking in the public places owned and leased by the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, and whereas said ordinance was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, September 15th, 2016, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given the opportunity to be heard concerning same, now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to ban smoking in public places owned or leased by the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, pass on final reading. Mayor will need a motion to open to the public.
Motion open, Mr. Coletti and Mr. Bonsino. Any discussion? Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard? I'll close the public portion. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So moved.
Mr. Coletti?
Second.
Mr. Dombrowski. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmembers Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Domenico?
Yes.
Catamania?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 339-16, payment of bills, Resolution 340-16, payment of escrow, Resolution 341-16, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 342-16, appoint before and after school program employees in the Recreation Department, Resolution 343-16, resolution to change status of crossing guard in the Police Department, Resolution 344-16, approve emergency sanitary sewer force main repair, Market Street Bridge to Colonelli Brothers. Resolution 345-16, award bid for the 2016 road program to Della Pella Paving, Inc. Resolution 346-16, authorize coin toss event for the Elmwood Park Volunteer Ambulance Corps. Resolution 347-16, authorize purchase of breathing apparatus for the Elmwood Park Fire Department. Resolution 348-16, authorize purchase of playground equipment for Cherry Hill Park within the Recreation Department. Resolution 349-16, procedure to remit annually a listing of all tax appeals to the tax assessor. Resolution 350-16, resolution authorizing tax exemption for disabled veteran Lee Bigby. Resolution 351-16, resolution authorizing a shared service agreement between the Borough of Elmwood Park and the County of Bergen for road resurfacing projects. Resolution 352-16, approve funding for emergency services pertaining to COA litigation. Resolution 353-16, resolution endorsing the Bergen County Open Space Trust Fund grant for Birchwood Park. Resolution 354-16, authorize refund to the State of New Jersey for the overpayment as a result of FEMA. Resolution 355-16, authorize the Department of Public Works to secure a structure and perform property maintenance. Resolution 356-16, approve additional funding for Housing Element and Fair Share Plan, Calker and Calker. Resolution 357, approve additional funding for Special Litigation Counsel, COA, for the Chasen Law Firm. Resolution 358-16, approve emergency repair to traffic light at Linden Avenue and Boulevard. Resolution 359-16, authorize purchase of vehicles within the Department of Public Works. Resolution 360-16, appoint special legal counsel in the Police Department. Resolution 361-15, resolution adopting personnel policies and procedures manual. And Resolution 362-16, a resolution to approve this consent agenda.
Mr. Kazmark, if I can just put another one on the consent calendar. A young man is getting married this Saturday, and they would like to close the road between Godwin Avenue around the corner to Hamilton Avenue and then back to East 52nd Street. It'll be closed only for a half hour, and one of our DPW workers is a neighbor, and he will take care of all that information and provide whatever's necessary to close the road. Let me explain it. The young man is Indian, and according to their beliefs, he walks around, and all the neighbors and friends and everybody else follow him around, and they just wanted the road closed for that half hour.
Sure.
Okay?
Mayor, we'll need a motion on the consent agenda.
Mayor, if I may, can I ask if we could pull R359-16 and vote on that separately, please?
Sure.
So Mayor, we'll take a motion on the consent agenda absent Resolution 359-16.
So moved.
Mr. Boncino?
Second?
Second? Who's second? Mr. Dombrowski? Call the roll, please.
Councilmembers Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski?
Yes.
Domenico?
Yes.
Catamania?
Let me clear this. Authorize, you want to pull this off?
This is on the consent agenda without Resolution 359.
We're going to vote on that one
Okay.
separately.
We're voting on everything except
Yes,
that
yes.
resolution. And Bonsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. And Mayor, you want to take a separate motion on Resolution 359-16?
May I have a motion on that, please?
So moved.
Ms. G. Domenico? Second?
Second.
Mr. Churdo? Discussion?
Yes, Mayor. This is this resolution is approving 3 vehicle purchases by our DPW, and I brought it up in past meetings, that the DPW is looking to order a large dump truck, which is less than, I think it's about 40 yards of material that could be held in there. They're looking to spend $200,000 on this vehicle. And my concern is that this vehicle will be sitting down at the DPW for possibly as many as 300 days out of the year, not being used. And I think that spending $200,000 on a large vehicle when we have two 60-yard containers that are on a roll-off down at the DPW could be used in its place, which are even bigger than the large dump truck. Now, I do realize that the superintendent came in forward and told us that he needed it to shorten trips and so on and so forth. But again, I stress to you that we have two 60-yard containers sitting down at the DPW that could be used in its place. I think the $200,000 is an astronomical amount to be spending on a truck that's not going to be used on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you come to me and ask me that you need $200,000 to buy 3 other vehicles, I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with the first two, spending money on an F-250 as well as an F-450, because they will be day-to-day, everyday type used cars. But this large dump truck is not going to be used every day, and we're spending $200,000 of the taxpayer money, and I am against that completely.
Mayor, may I?
Yes.
Just for the record, this council vetted this purchase thoroughly. We had many meetings with our DPW director. He substantiated his need for it. I've been in construction my whole life. I have a little understanding of this. I've been around dump trucks. And when you can have one truck and one driver on a job that necessitates that much volume coming out of the ground or whatever, it's much more productive. Other uses for this truck would be snow plowing, salting, pipe repairs. Actually, it's replacing a truck that we had that we never replaced, which was a large dump truck. It had rack body sides to it though, but it was a large dump truck. And once our director lost that, he lost his capacity to carry weight in one shot. We got a 3.5-yard Mason dump truck that is trying to do the job of a tandem dump truck, and incidentally, Mr. Dombrowski, it's a 20 or 22-yarder. They don't make 40-yard
Okay, thank you.
tandems, unless they're triaxles. Thank you, Mayor.
And just to echo what Councilman Coletti said in regards to replacing this piece of apparatus, it was not replaced due to the fact of need. It was needed, but there were other things in front of this item, which is why it was not replaced immediately and why it is being replaced now. And just to say a little comment in regards to our superintendent, he has done his homework in regards to the fact that the bond is actually for a lot more than, I believe it was $359, and the purchases will be around $292, $65,000 less than what was bonded. So it's not like he's just going out and buying something. It's a need. He's doing his homework, and he's coming under the bonded number.
Anyone else who wishes to be heard? We have these trucks, we've had the last one for 30 years, so it's going to last about 30 years. And we use it for plowing, we use it for cleaning up Market Street, so that can be cleaned up quickly, remove the snow. I think it's a good purchase. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti,
Yes.
Churdo,
Yes.
Dombrowski,
No.
Giandomenico.
Yes.
Catamania,
No.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Please, I don't want to hear anything about we're not cleaning Market Street if we don't have the truck there.
Mayor, we have under departmental reports tonight, the building department report for August and the library board minutes for July 18th and August 12th.
Motion to receive and file.
So moved.
Dombrowski, second.
Second.
Mrs. G. Domenico, all in favor, opposed, so ordered.
And lastly, we have raffle applications for Our Lady of Mount Virgin RC Church bingo application and St. Leo's RC Church raffle application.
Motion to allow that.
So moved.
Second.
Dombrowski,
Mr.
Churdo.
Dombrowski, second by Mr. Churdo. Any discussion, all in favor, opposed, so ordered.
Mayor, that concludes my portion.
Excuse me,
Thank you.
Mayor, didn't we have one for VFW that you added today?
It's on the,
Was that, did you say that?
it's on the application.
What?
Okay, sorry. I apologize.
Mr. Canavani, committee report?
With pleasure, Mayor, thank you. Today, I went to the county and they celebrate again like they did last year and the year prior to that, the raising the Italian flag at county building. It was a nice celebration with the Italian consulate and many people made beautiful, was very happy. This is the day that makes me feel Italian, although I am an Italian American. A few months back, I was elected to be the sergeant of the homeowner association, and I promised myself to make a few changes to the meetings. To make these meetings more interesting by inviting special guest speakers who can help and inform our community. First, we invite our Chief of Police, Mike Foligno. Then we invite Dr. Ciro Randazzo, who is one of the best neurosurgeons in the state of New Jersey. And also he came together with a physiotherapist from Dr. Peter Ferraro, whose office is in Saddlebrook. We also had our county sheriff, Mike Sodino, and most recently, September 28th, we had our speaker was John Hogan, the Bergen County clerk, who explained in detail what his job is. These meetings have been educational, and I intend to continue inviting speakers that can educate our community. I encourage the residents of Elmo Park to participate and also enjoy cookies, donuts, and a cup of coffee. This month, we will have candidates night. Our meeting is the last Wednesday of the month at the senior center. Please come and enjoy yourselves. I have nothing else to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Churchill?
Don't forget that Monday is a holiday, so DPW will not be coming by to pick up any of the grass clippings. And also, don't forget that I believe October 17th is leaf season pickup starts. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Coletti?
I recently attended a JIF safety meeting, our joint insurance fund. The topic was crossing guard safety, along with first responders and their sirens. Suggestions were made to further educate the first responders on when to use these sirens. What we're having is a rash of accidents with our first responders, and some of them were not emergencies, so we just want to get our people educated on when they cannot, or they should not, I shouldn't say cannot, should not use the siren, because what the siren does, I don't know about you folks out there, but I'm on the street, I hear them sirens, I get nervous, I pull to the side of the road. So everybody gets jittery when they hear the sirens, and if it's needed, so be it, but if it's not needed, then, so that's what the education will be about. Mayor Mola, Administrator Keith Kazmark, Police Chief Mike Foligno, Councilman Joe Dombrowski, and myself met with the Mayor, Police Chief, Police Administrator of Paterson, and the State Senator Nellie Poe regarding the noise issue coming across the Passaic River from Paterson. There were some good ideas put forth to resolve the problem. It's a work in process, and we really don't want to, I don't really want to go into the details now. They wanted to keep it within the confines of the discussion, but we are working on it, and all in all, it's a good meeting. I missed the last rec meeting due to a personal obligation. I spoke to Donna Puglisi of our rec director on the meeting as she filled me in. Basically, it was housekeeping items and some new suggestions on for the committee to work on. Regarding our fire department, the mayor and council, along with the fire department, are working on a stipend program in lieu of a LoSAP. This is a work in progress. And back to you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Boncino?
Yes, Mayor.
Or do you want me to go to...
Sorry, I have writer's cramp. I'm doing a lot of signing here. This is what happens when you have to act for the mayor for a meeting. Yes, I'm ready. Tonight, we had 3 promotions, appointment of a detective and the hiring of a new officer. Again, I wanted to congratulate Lieutenant Barone, Sergeant Petronzi, Sergeant Kemp, Officer Miranda, and Detective Golden. It may not be apparent on TV, but we had a chamber full of fellow officers, family, and the community. And what is readily apparent when we do one of these promotions is the unquestioned support that the community of Elmo Park gives to our police department. And I'd like to, again, wish the officers best in their careers, much success for a long and safe career. But I guess I just wanted to follow up on that support. In the paper, you've seen, and I don't know where it started, but communities are putting blue lines on the streets in towns. I think Saddlebrook showed up in the community news today. Wyckoff may have done it. I saw in the record clusters reviewing it, and there are some concerns, but they're considering it. I don't, again, I guess it's probably my age, but I really don't understand kind of the origins of this stuff on social media, and how something pops up on Facebook and right away that is what we have to do to be supportive or to do the right thing. Now, I'm not saying that it's not a benefit. I mean, certainly the Ice Bucket Challenge raised awareness of ALS like nothing had in the past. But I guess what I'm going to say is we're going to try and be proactive in the community and approach it the right way and not just react to something that we see on Facebook. We don't want to put our police department in the middle of those decisions. So the council, the governing body, is going to meet with our police chief at our next work meeting and discuss the possibility of painting that blue line in the community. And again, we want to be concerned about unintended consequences, but certainly whether we paint a blue line or not does not mean we do not support the police. Obviously, the promotions we did tonight are a measured evidence of our support. And it's what we do every day in dealing with our police department and their staffing needs and the needs of the community in total. A couple of weeks ago, Councilman Coletti just now talked about the council working on the stipend program with the fire department. A couple of weeks ago, it was brought to our attention about volunteers and how volunteers are different, and we really have to move out on this stipend program because our fire department volunteers are different. Now, I understand that, but when we make a decision, we have to look at everything in total and the impact to the community, the impact to our budget. And so we're going to proceed with it, and we're going to proceed slowly and methodically and make sure we have all the data in place to make a right and informed decision. And we're not just going to react because somebody wants us to react in a certain way. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Joe, more than 5 minutes for your report?
Shouldn't be.
Okay, because we have 3 minutes or so left.
Okay. Again, I'd also like to congratulate our officers on their promotions, as well as Officer Miranda, and wish him well. On our Board of Health, we just recently had our first flu clinic here for their flu shots, and I'd like to thank the Secretary of the Board of Health, for being here and helping out during the day here. There'll be a second offering of flu shots on October 18th at our senior center from 10 to 11 a.m. Any residents, and you must be a resident of Elmo Park, any resident that is on Medicare or on Medicaid will get the shot for free. All others, the fee will be $25. Please be prompt because we want to get that over with within that hour. On November 2nd, there will be, at 5 p.m., there will be a free rabies shots for your cats and your dogs. Excuse me, let me rephrase, for your licensed cats and dogs. The location will be at the Fire Company number 4, and there will be no new licensing being issued at the time of the free rabies. On the Chamber of Commerce, on October 30th, there will be a bus trip to the Sands Casino. The cost is $40 per person. You will receive back $20 in casino play cash and $5 food voucher. The bus will leave outside of 199 Market Street, Waureka Catering. It's limited to 53 people. The bus only holds 53. So if you would like to reserve a spot, please call 201-794-0966. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that we will be having a meeting, a joint meeting on October 17th, a possible joint meeting of the library board. I highly suggest that the public show up October 17th at 7 p.m. to witness the plans for whatever they plan on doing with the money at the library. Other than that, progress.
Thank you. What do we have, 1 minute? Okay, we're going to take a short recess while our videographer changes the... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call the meeting back to order.
They're gonna go for it. I mean, in ideology.
Councilman Gianarnico, your report?
Right. Hey, Jimmy,
Can you sit down, sir?
let's go. We gotta get started.
And that's
So,
on tape.
on behalf of the Finance Department, now that we have ended our third quarter, our CFO is slowly looking to construct the upcoming budget, just to get we have a good idea of where we stood at the end of this year and how we performed so far. We do have things to consider, such as a 9% increase in our health premiums that are coming down the pipeline from the state. On October 27th, I attended the Board of Education meeting, and I'm happy to report that now the meetings will be taped and it will be available online. So I encourage all the parents and the residents to take a look. It's a way for you guys to stay engaged with what's happening. They have a huge impact on your children and your property taxes. So if you can't always make the meetings, it's one good way to see what happens in their public portion. The other thing that was discussed at the Board of Education meeting was the Board of Ed owns a piece of land behind Lee Street. I think he said it was maybe around 6 acres, about 12 lots. So they're looking to get an appraisal of that because the state monitor recommended them getting that, since currently they are losing about $223,000 in state aid a year because of the outstanding debt. So he thought maybe that would be a way to pay down part of the debt. I'm not sure the standing of it, because I think he did mention that 6 of the lots were okay and 6 of them were swampy, but it was, the board is considering doing an appraisal, just so they have an idea if it's either a valuable pursuit of a way to go down. So that's it.
Thank you. Mr. Turney?
No report, Mayor.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, one more thing. The next Board of Ed meeting is October 18th. It's the third Tuesday, not the regular fourth Tuesday. That's it.
Thank you. Recently, in fact, only a few days ago, the Bergen Record had a editorial on October 4th concerning parks and spending. If the council remembers, and those who are here, I, with the consent of the council, sent a letter to the freeholders and the executive indicating we'd like something cleaned up around the Waterworks property, the Artesian Fields. And if they weren't going to do it, maybe they can think of giving the property to Elmwood Park, and we would take our time cleaning it, but we would get it clean over the years. We haven't heard anything. Haven't had any remarks from anybody in the freeholder board or the executive, and this editorial indicates that the county is going to be spending $364,800 to develop a plan as to what they should do with all the parks in Bergen County and how to update them and improve it. We don't need any updating and improving of the park here in Elmwood Park. It was purchased 14 years ago as a passive park, which means nothing goes in it. What they put in there was a walking path 3 years ago. Since then, nothing has happened. It hasn't been cleaned up. Some trees are down. That's all. Get the trees down, get the shrubbery cleaned up, and that we can use it. Now we have to wait, I don't know how many years. Maybe we should send another letter to the freeholders and the executive asking him and them to do additional work on cleaning the area. It still looks terrible. They were supposed to clean up as far back as 50 feet all around, and that's not happening. So we'll have to talk about that at the work meeting. But to spend $364,000 as to what we're going to do with Artesian Fields, just a little park to walk, that's all. Thank you. Anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard?
I heard that.
For local street, Humboldt Park, New Jersey. Also, Mayor, question ask you. I'd like to know one thing. You keep telling us many years. I have records when you keep saying the same thing over and over again. And wanted to know why you keep saying it as never happens.
Saying what?
We're gonna get sound barriers on Route 80, and it never happens.
I can't tell you why, but I can tell you this. We are getting sound barriers on the north side of Route 80 as soon as they start working on Route 80 to repave and add an additional lane to Route 80 through Patterson.
How about the east side?
That's not coming on the east, on the south side.
No.
It's not coming on the south side because they're not enlarging any of that road, and if they do, they'll put them up.
I just want to know, because you said it since 12 years ago, 8 years ago, 4 years ago, and last year.
Yes, and I send letters out. I send letters out to all the state officials. I send letters out to all the freeholders and the governor asking the Department of Transportation, asking for their help, and it hasn't come through. I wish I had the power to put it up ourselves. I don't think we want to spend that kind of money from local government.
No, but I just want to make sure we get it, because you can't promise us we're going to get it.
I never promise. I say I keep working at it. Never promise. If I promised, it would be done.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else that wishes to be heard?
I'm sorry.
Can I ask Trump to build a wall?
What?
Trump, he can build a wall.
Oh, you make it nice. You make rooms in it, too.
But who's going to pay for it?
The Mexicans.
Rich Joyce, 42 Walnut Street. Mayor, I missed you at the last work meeting, I'm sorry about that, but I did bring these plans to the work meeting, and I'm sure you are up to speed on it now. I brought this back again, I'm sure the council heard this already. This is just FYI for the public to know. These are the finished plans for the library expansion, which I've been speaking out against lately. I challenged the mayor and council, I challenged the library board to show me your capital plan statistics. I proved to show we need addition. Needless to say, I haven't been answered at all on that. Regardless of that, the plans were dumped on us at a prior library meeting to go out for bid. And for the public's information, it was tried to vote on that night to send it out for bid, which the library board smartly turned it down. And it was dumped in my lap because I do know a lot about commercial building also, to review it. And there's the plans, ladies and gentlemen. 73 pages I have to review, and I've been working on it every night. It's going to take more than a month to review these things. Now, needless to say, there's some people in the library that think we should just put this out and build it. And I disagree. Already, I've just seen some issues with the drainage, just on minor things on the parking lot. And I just started to dive into it. I've been on the phone with Nathan Engineering and everything. But just to reiterate to the public, it's your tax dollars, guys. There's nothing that says we cannot do what we have to do within the confines of that building. And Mayor, also, one other point on the Artesian Fields. If you remember, I sat on this council with Mr. Campo. We had that park given to us for $1. The deed was drawn up for a park, for the whole park to be given to the Elmwood Park Borough. And we had the points where we could put more fields and things for the kids in there, and somehow that fell on deaf ears. Do you remember that?
Mr. Chewinski, may I ask you a question? You had plans for the library board from the July meeting. Did you review all those?
Yes, the first 2 pages, yes. Only, the 2-page plan, yes.
No, it was a whole stack of, I think it was...
This is the ones we recently got.
Yeah, I know that.
Yes.
But you've given a stack of plans.
Not in comparison, Mayor, only 2 to 3 pages. They're like preliminary plans you would get, if you're going to build a house, you would get 3 copies of a preliminary with different rooms with no date at all on it.
But-
This has elevations, this has
Did you go over all those other
I didn't
plans?
go over all these stuff.
Not these, the other ones.
Yes, I did, Mayor.
Did you find any mistakes?
Yes, ma'am.
You
It'll be in
did?
my report at the library, that's what
Okay.
we're reading on the 27th.
Okay,
But I just started with this one now, and I have to compare it to the other one.
well,
But needless to say, this is being jammed down the taxpayers' throats, guys. You're gonna waste $2 million to $2.5 million by the time you're done, mark my words.
anyone else who wishes to be heard?
She's been carrying it around for a while.
All right, Laura Call, 41 Washington Avenue. I woke up one day a couple weeks ago and I saw that all the trees down by the marina were marked for removal. To me, it was, devastating, and I wrote the town administrator and I asked him to please suspend the cutting of the trees so we could discuss it at a meeting. Don't you think that there should be a better plan for the Elmwood Park Marina than cutting almost all the trees down there? As a resident of Washington Avenue, I have a lot of people telling me that the park already is a disaster, and the mass cutting would have a detrimental impact on the neighborhood and our borough. Please refrain from cutting the live trees and instead formulate a plan for the future of the riverfront. I emailed you all these copies of the trees if you didn't get to open your email, if you'd like some now. Can I give these to the administrator and he can pass them out? The photos show that there's about 20 still living green, looking trees that are marked to be removed. There's about 3 or 4 that need some trimming of some branches. And yes, there are some dead trees there. And I have pictures of 3 groups of trees that are dead, and they should be removed, and they could be a hazard. The flooding conditions at the marina are as bad as they've ever been. We need a better plan. Flooding directly affects the residents, the schools, and the businesses, and everyone's safety. Redevelopment is needed. Not only would it make our riverbank look good as all the towns from Kearney to Hawthorne, who have all new, I also emailed you pictures of all the riverfronts up and down the Passaic River. They're all magnificent, and we're the last town to really have anything substantial by our river. The borough engineer really should present a plan for the residents and obtain grants like Garfield did. Passaic Valley Water Utility should be encouraged to clean up the Patterson side, because there's all dead trees, debris, and garbage in the water over there, and it really obstructs our view. And I think, our money for cutting trees and all would be better spent somewhere else, and Passaic Valley business should be really on the other side of the river. The time is right now, because we have a full-time, Mr. Kasmark, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. We have a full-time administrator who is an experienced mayor and has already completed wonderful renovations of parks in Elmwood and Woodland Park. We have councils with a background in municipal finance, business, public fundraising. We have a longtime mayor with connections to Passaic Valley Water, New Jersey Sports Authority, Transportation Authority, and it would be a perfect time to execute a riverfront plan. And it could engineer to make our town as beautiful as the neighboring towns at very little cost, but very big gain, and by taking advantage of government grants and private grants as our neighboring towns did. So I'm asking you as a resident, because most of the towns along the river were made good to have good services because their residents demand good services. So I'm asking you for good service. And I'd like, I think it's the perfect time now for us to develop a plan for our waterfront.
Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, the Passaic Valley Water Commission is supposed to be putting in a ramp for boating. It's supposed to be started already. It hasn't started yet. They're putting that in. And as for the trees, we're going to be taking down the trees that are dead, the trees that may fall on River Drive and create an accident down there. And they were also going to be trimming only some of the trees. So they're not all coming down. but there's danger in the road if we don't trim some of those trees or take them down.
Okay, I also emailed you pictures of trees that really pose a danger right this minute. There are trees in front of the high school that are laying on power wires. They're cut, and the stumps are holding down the power wires.
Where are these?
Right across from the high school. There's 2 tree limbs pulling down the wires. It's a V, the wires, and it's in your email. I emailed you also.
That is,
So,
those are the trees that we're going to get down in public
they're
service.
already cut, they're up in the air. And they're not marked for, these are kind of on the cliff sides.
Okay,
There's another tree down by, I wouldn't say Willow, but like in that section of town. that
that's not
also
our
has
property.
fallen
It's not our property.
On the wires.
It's not our property.
Well, all the riverfronts.
It's not our property.
Work with the counties. Yeah, but they work with the counties.
The
and that's how they get
the
their
county's got to
riverfronts
do that. If the
beautiful.
county wants to do that, that's
Well, you
fine.
have to work hand in hand with each other.
Well, we're trying. I'm trying to keep the
Now,
brook clean. I
what-
can't
What is
get.
the cost of taking down these trees?
Excuse me?
We went out for bid.
No, we haven't done anything with the trees yet.
We're in the process of collecting quotes.
Okay. Now, don't you think that this money should be used to take down some of the trees within the borough that are very dangerous? Because there's so many trees, and I also emailed you pictures of these trees that have split limbs, and they're hanging over our streets in a very dangerous way. And I think the borough should spend money to get rid of them, because one tree just came down on Gilbert, knocked down high-tension wires, which is like total disaster. The whole block was without power for several days.
Are you indicating we shouldn't take the trees down at the
Well,
marina?
you're indicating that only the trees in the marina are a hazard.
No,
but
no,
we
no, no,
have
no,
other
no,
trees that are
wait,
more
excuse me.
hazardous.
I never said only the trees in the marina. The DPW has contacted many people who have dead trees in front of their house, and they're being cut down. They have to cut them down. The trees don't belong to us. The homeowner has to cut them down. And they have had a tremendous, Mr. Trader would be able to chip in on that.
Yeah, it was
They
like
have
about
had a
71 letters were sent out throughout the borough to homeowners.
We're not responsible for those trees.
I wouldn't really know about that program, but I do walk in the streets, and I could get hit by a tree, and it would be a shame, it would be a disaster. So my point is that, the green trees that are standing up in the marina on the roadway do not pose a hazard as some of our other trees do.
We don't have any trees between the sidewalk and the street that belong to us.
Right, well, some towns have tree commissions, but we
They
do
belong
still
to the
have one
homeowner.
ourselves.
They belong to the homeowner.
Right, but towns have tree, I know we don't have it here, but other towns do. They have tree commissions that take care of the trees, regardless if they're on the curb, that they get trimmed. Matter of fact, it makes the town look really wonderful. Let's see, the last point was the removal of the mature trees is going to cause more soil erosion in the area, and I understand you're going to replant, but our town seems to pick these very weak fruit trees, and they almost fall down when the wind blows, and then, we have stumps and problems with them as well. So you're going to replace mature trees with little cuttings of, little tree limbs that really don't have the same root expansion. So that's why I'm saying, let's stop even playing this game, and maybe we have to raise the roadway down there, we have to make a berm, and this way we can protect the properties.
We have to raise the roadway?
Well, you have to do something to alleviate the flooding down there.
That's county road.
No, in the marina area, Washington Avenue, Lincoln Avenue, Wall
Okay.
River Road. I sent you pictures, remember Sandy, it flooded all the way up to the gas station.
Absolutely.
It floods all the way up to the high
Absolutely.
school.
Absolutely.
It's a 100-year flood, Sandy.
Well, I've been here 16 years and flooded at least maybe 5, 6, 7 times, so it's not 100 years. It's like every 2 years.
Well, Sandy was, that's what I was
Thank you.
referring to.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, we really need a riverfront project, and no one's willing to take that on. I mean, I can go and get a petition, I can go.
You can
to
get a
the door.
petition, we can do what you want. We're going to
I
cut
can try to
the,
take the project on myself. I mean, I'm
That's
sitting
fine.
on playgrounds in the town. I started the open space grants for playgrounds, which you're all using today. And
Open space
we
grant,
have to
you
have
s-
citizen movement to get this riverfront developed. That's what we're going to have to do.
thank you.
No one here wants to take on a project like that?
Thank you, we'll look into it.
Okay. No one's going to say, make any commitment, no one thinks it's needed.
I just mentioned that they're supposed to put the dock in there for boating, and then we'll just move on from there.
You know, a big good idea, excuse me, maybe we should have one day shade tree commissioner. We really one of the few towns that don't have it. We need it because...
And the reason is, if we start a shade tree commission, and any tree falls down, we can be sued.
See, we're always afraid of that, but we have a manpower, DPWs, maybe some trees they're hanging down dangerously, maybe we should do something about it. We cannot neglect it, be afraid to spend the money. Here we spent almost $200,000 to buy a truck that really will be used few times, and I heard from other members of DPW, we don't need a truck right now, okay? Maybe you guys are right, new truck looks good, performs better for 30 more years. But here we are afraid to trim few little trees. I see a lot of, I moved a tree that was an elm and a Gilbert right there, and I knew it was dangerous. It was holding over the wire. And what happened? Little wind blew the tree down and knocked it out of the garage. And thank God there was nobody home. They were on vacation, the people. So until now, the sidewalk is not fixed yet. And we said the homeowner should fix it. It happened, the homeowner, they live out of state. I know that Mr. Cosmo is working with me on this. I know he contacted them and I say, they're supposed to be do. But look at the stuff. I see on Elm Street also, they're ugly. I see trees go, when a public service comes to cut the trees, they go like this. And look at a V over here. Everything is empty because they just don't want the trees to touch the wire. In the meantime, if the snow's heavy and the holes, heavy snow, that branch will go down and may kill somebody. So, guys, we should be aware of this. Really, we have a lot of dangerous stuff in this town. I know we don't want to take responsibility, but somebody dies. That's one that too many. So I'm saying maybe you should, look, only going to be a few months. You guys should work on this and seriously, should consider someone. Now we have Nick who does a beautiful job inspecting homes, the grass. Maybe Nick should look also for trees.
Thank you. Any other questions?
I agree, absolutely, it's a good start, thank you very much. And I do wish that other people would understand that the riverfront really reflects on how our town looks. And the other thing about when people come into towns, you wonder what makes that town look so good. Most likely it's because they take care of the trees are trimmed properly, and the streets are nice and neat. So thank you.
Anyone else who wishes to speak?
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Nola, council members. My name is Daniela May from the law firm Kaufman, Simmer, and Liebman, appearing on behalf of Cytex Group LLC. And I appeared along with Neil Kielstein at the September 22nd work session during the public portion. And we're here to request that the mayor and council consider amending the zoning map at the existing former Markel site for the warehouse portion, which is 38 Market Street. The site is currently zoned planned office park, and we are requesting that the mayor and council consider amending the zoning map to overlay the general industrial zone onto the existing zone, which is the planned office park. So it would not change the existing zoning whatsoever. It would merely overlay the general industrial zone onto that property. And Soundview Paper Company occupies the manufacturing facility across the street and currently occupies the warehouse on the 38 Market Street property, which our client is looking to acquire. And the property, the manufacturing facility and the warehouse function as a whole. And our client's looking to invest in redeveloping this property and would look to retain this, maybe keep this tenant there. And before they consider investing these huge sums of money in the property, they would want assurances that the property, which is currently zoned planned office park, if there was any catastrophic occurrence, if the property were to burn down, they couldn't rebuild because they're an existing non-conforming use. And so Our client was looking to see if the mayor and council is receptive to considering this zone change and applying the general industrial zone as an overlay to the existing property. And I'd like to ask that you consider taking this matter up on the next agenda.
We'll do that.
Thank you.
Right, anyone else who wishes to be heard? If not, may I have a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Mr.
Second.
Coletti?
Second.
Mr. Trado, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so ordered.
Mr. Chair.